that's what he wants, then go do it. And if you don't do it, now you force him to say, do I want to still be a Laker? Now I got to take a chance on my reputation. So if I don't sign the extension, this thing could blow up not only on the Lakers, but also on LeBron James from a fan base standpoint, because the fans will then turn on him in a whole nother way. I've seen it happen many times over with Laker fans here in LA about certain players and the way that they would view disrespecting the franchise, so to speak, by not. I saw it happen with Dwight Howard, not the same player as LeBron James, but Dwight Howard was supposed to be, and then he came here for a year, and he was supposed. They went and did all this stuff and put all the murals up and signs all over the state, and he decided to go to another team, and so but LeBron's got to be careful with that as well.
Really? See, that's a lot to kind of digest there. The idea that Laker fans would turn on LeBron for leaving instead of being frustrated with the franchise for letting him go. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, because
that's got to be weighing on Jeannie's mind.
The reason that they would be frustrated with LeBron James is because, one, even though you delivered a championship, they gave you the keys to the car, and a year ago you went out and got Westbrook. So now that didn't work out, and you want them to do something else now by getting Kyrie, and they made the decision not to. So you made the decision not to sign. So that could potentially blow up in his face, no matter how great he is here in Los Angeles. Here in Los Angeles, in terms of the fan base, yes, they'll respect the fact that he was able to bring a championship home, but they will not turn on the Lakers organization, because the Lakers organization is going to say, well, wait a minute. We let him do everything, and look what happened a year ago. Why will we do that again? And that's when Jeannie came out in January with Bill Plaschke and said what she said, is I've got to take the reins back and do it the way I need to do it for this team to be successful.
Do you think that making a move for Kyrie is an easy one for the Lakers? Like not you shouldn't have any trepidation. Well, it's easy for you, but I'm talking about like the concern about what happened with Brooklyn in the 3 years that he was there, and him coming to the Lakers and sort of not changing his ways, like just doing the same thing. Like, do you think that's enough of concern?
I don't think it's a concern, because I think here in Los Angeles, here in California on the West Coast, we are a little more tolerable with certain things that's important to individuals. When you're dealing with an unrest in our country and you have a black player who wants to be involved or feels a certain way, that fits into the politics of the West Coast and Southern California in particular. It fits into that. So I don't think people they would understand, right? If he didn't want to stick a needle in his arm, people would understand that here on the West Coast more so than in a lot of other places. That's just the reality of it. And I think what happened to Kyrie, and I don't even know Kyrie, at all. But what happened is people started piecemealing little things together, and it became one big thing for him. It wasn't like all of a sudden he was missing 300 games, and it hasn't been like that. But I think what happened is he leaves Cleveland, he goes to Boston. It didn't work out in Boston. It worked out in Cleveland to a degree, didn't work out in Boston. He goes to the Nets. He plays the first year, then they get injured, and then this happens, and then James Harden, because he didn't want to take the vaccination. He didn't want to get vaccinated. James Harden leaves. So now all of a sudden it looks as though everything in Brooklyn is Kyrie's fault. Everything in Brooklyn is Kyrie's fault. But you gotta look at everything in totality. You can't just look at small things and be able to say, well, he's the reason why. Can't do that.
Everything in Brooklyn did start with him. It all did. James Harden leaving had to do with Kyrie. They had three players they had a championship caliber team,
Hahn,
and the guy left because there was no stability whatsoever.
You can't force somebody to do something that they don't believe in. He didn't believe in getting vaccinated.
No.
That's why he didn't play. That's why James Harden was like, I can't deal with this. I'm vaccinated. I'm playing.
Man, you signed a contract, though, man. I can understand what you
but
believe
see now,
in. But
now
your availability
you
to your
sound
team
like,
matters.
But Hahn, now you sound like a fan. You signed a contract.
No,
you can't do that, Hahn.
Stop. That is not a fan talking. That's just logic. So you're telling me
yes, he signed a contract.
So on the West Coast, if your team is losing because this guy's not playing, everybody's like, nah, it's fine. Laker fans are cool with it if you're going to lose games.
Would understand. I think people would have a better understanding of why
would LeBron,
he didn't get vaccinated.
Would LeBron now the vaccination thing's it's off the table now. That's not the issue anymore.
Well,
right?
yeah, that's not the issue anymore.
That's off the table now.
Yeah.
Now if
so
he
you don't have that
Lakers.
problem.
But all right, if I'm Jeannie, I'm looking at LeBron like, if I do this, you got to handle this. If he doesn't want to play, Kevin Durant didn't do anything to handle it. But
I think
LeBron's got
can
to
handle it. LeBron can handle it because there's a conversation. LeBron's views, to a degree,
right,
somewhat aligns with Kyrie's. LeBron is just not as outspoken to a whole nother level like Kyrie. Kyrie is like, he belongs in certain parts of LA. His thought process and the way that he thinks,
I get it,
belongs here in certain places.
I get it.
Right? I mean, it's just like I always joke. I say he'd be perfect here, walking on Venice Beach with no shoes on. That's he'd be perfect.
Third eye tattoo, just like Aaron Rodgers. I completely understand. Yeah, no, that part I'm with you. Right? It's a different kind of thinking. I get it. Yeah. But I
think LeBron can talk. See, it's all about the way you talk to somebody. And I think you have people around you that could communicate with you a certain way. You then could go to him and say, bro, we need you for this reason. We get it. After practice, we going to go protest. Or after this, we going to go do that. It's a way you talk to somebody.
888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. Because I'm wondering if people agree with you or agree with me. Because I feel like Laker fans would not tolerate a player who, especially a star player who's important to winning, especially – again, LeBron doesn't want to have to carry the team. He didn't want to have to do that last year. So you're telling me you're going to bring this guy in, and what if? And I know it's a big what if. Now, look, if he comes in and it's only the $36 million option, and there's nothing after this year, he's got a lot of reasons to be motivated to play and show up and play.
I don't think he would come here if he didn't get an extension. Why would he?
Because you just traded him. I don't think.
Yeah, but he wants to get. He wants his money. He ain't playing for free.
He's not playing for free. He's playing for this year. You picked up the option.
Yeah,
he doesn't have control.
I would think he would want a secured contract beyond this year, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know the cap situation and all that with the Lakers just quite. I'm sure he would want to. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure he would.
Can I ask you guys a question?
What's that?
Why do we think that Kyrie with LeBron will be different than Kyrie with KD and what just happened with the Nets?
Because I think LeBron's communication and the people around LeBron can communicate with Kyrie at a different level.
That's what when Key said that, I agreed with that part of it, Pat. Is that I feel like Kevin Durant didn't want to – he's not his personality to hold a teammate accountable. That's who he is. That's what he does, and he just left it alone. Where James Harden saw it, and instead of holding him accountable, James Harden was like, I'm out of here. Like, I didn't sign up for this, and he got out of there. But I don't know. I think LeBron would understand what's coming with Kyrie and try to make sure he's in his ear, keeping him motivated to be on the court for his team. But Laker fans are not going to sit back going, you know what, though? He doesn't feel like playing. I understand it. I can't imagine Laker fans are going to be okay with that.
But see, you keep saying he doesn't want to play. It's not that he doesn't want to play. There's things that have gone on in our damn country that will make a person not want to play at that moment because some things are bigger for individuals than a damn game. But you keep saying, Hahn, well, he just doesn't want to play, making it sound as though he just staying home because he just want to stay home. And that's not the case. When you see something, you become visibly upset. When I see some black people being gunned down in the streets, I have to take a break in a moment. But I also am smart enough to realize that I can still go to work and do both things. And when I'm done with work, I can still go protest, and I can still go be a part of that. That's where Kyrie needs to get. He needs to understand he can still do both. It's not like the dude is just waking up again and saying, I'm going to go sit in Manhattan Beach on the sand and not go play basketball.
We got a lot of people who want to sound off on this, and I'm not surprised by it. 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. Let's begin first with Kevin in West Palm. Kevin.
Yeah, so first, I didn't know L.A. and California were cool with people not getting vaccines. That's news to me. But secondly, it is kind of like what Key just said with, it's not like he's just going to go chill on the beach. While he was doing all the, social justice protests and stuff like that, he was also going to, birthday parties and stuff like that. So he was doing stuff and partying while he was supposed to be playing basketball. And Key, you actually already touched on it.
First of all, he went to a family member's birthday party. What are you talking about? It's his sister. He went to his sister's birthday party. He was not at the club.
So other NBA players don't have family birthday parties going on when they have a game?
If they want to go to their family's birthday party, they should go. This is what this man wanted to do. That doesn't even, he can't go to his family's birthday party because he decided that he was going to deal with some other stuff, and at the same time, he was going to go to his sister's birthday party?
But Key, what Kevin's saying is, you got to understand, how does that look to your league?
Damn how it looks.
Damn how it looks. It matters.
It does not matter. If that man decides that he has bigger things that he wants to do in his life at that moment, because he does not want to play basketball, he needed to take a step away. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You got to understand, man,
and
when you're watching.
That's why I can't give him he picked up an option, pick up the option. But you're asking me for a full max. This is why the Nets said, I'm not giving you a full max extension.
Well, this is why the Nets will be without two of their biggest stars.
Okay.
And they'll be